Hi, my name's Chad Clark, here in Pueblo, Colorado, and due to popular demand, some surveys we were giving people, they said they wanted a whole body mobility type of program. So something I've come up with, there's about 6 main methods and core principles, different philosophies that I've used and meshed together. So here's how it works. I'm going to do 1-2 reps each. You can modify, so if you need to hold on to something like a chair, there's a lot of up and down. Some things you might not be able to do, just do the best you can, or just skip those if it's you feel unsafe or if there's pain with any movement. It is about a 15 to 20 minute program, but here it all is because this is what people wanted. So what we do from a head to toe, ideally I'll stand with my feet narrow, but if you need a wider base, that's fine. Then what you'll do is some basic neck movements. So you're going to rotate right and left, look up and down, side to side. Then you can add rotation with some flexion. That kind of works the neck. Jaw, you don't want to forget that either, so you can do some side to side, open, close, and kind of smile, not really smile, but and then like a movement, and then put your jaw forward and then retract. So there's some jaw, some neck movements. Now we'll move into some shoulder. So we shrug up and down, roll back and forth. Again, I'm just doing like 1 or 2 reps of each of these. I'll circle forward and back each arm. Then I'll circle in front of the body, left and right. And then I'll do a shrug from up here, kind of a reverse shrug with the shoulder blades, just to show you from a side view. And then there's some shoulder swing outs. So I'm doing that palms down, palms facing, palms up, a couple reps each. Now you can do more reps if you need to. Then here's just some arm circles with my palms in, palms down, palms facing, and palms up position. Then some circles at the elbows from what's called the top position, then from the bottom. And then there's just some basic elbow swings, palms up, palms down. Then we get into like some shoulder and elbow swings, and then some internal and external or inward outward rotation, palms up, thumbs up, palms down. And I am crossing over, so sometimes I have my right hand high, sometimes I have my left hand high. Then I'm doing some of these elbow circles, or what's called supination, pronation, so a few of those. Then we kind of work into some wrist, isolated. Then I can do some like wavy motions, isolated, wavy, isolated, wavy, and then I'll do some rotations at the wrist. Now there's some thumb and finger movements. So it's kind of like an in and out, or flex and extend. And I'm just trying to do it individually, but you can see my fingers kind of move together. But I'm attempting to do that individually. Then you can do some all together. Thumbs are on their own. Then I'll do some circles, clockwise and counterclockwise with each finger. And then just some thumb to finger touches this way at the tips. Then some in and out. And then some fist, open and close. You could add resistance if needed. So now there's some jaw, neck, head, shoulder, all the way down. Then I'll do some chest, thoracic movement. Where I kind of inhale and really stick out the chest, and then I slump, and that kind of mobilizes the rib cage and sternum. And then I'll do this kind of funky thing where I'll roll all the way through, so it's kind of like a thoracic rotation. And then I kind of do that with tailbone, so I kind of squeeze my rear end, and that tilts the pelvis, and then I'll tilt it out. And then I kind of do like these little pelvic circles. And now I'm kind of moving on down. So I'll do some hip hiking, and then I'll hike and I'll rotate in and out, hike, rotate in and out, and then some swings. So this is where you might need to hold on. And I'm swinging low, middle, and high. So I kind of lost my balance, so if that happens, you just reset. Then of course you want to do the other side, low, swinging middle to high swings, and then incorporate kind of a kicking motion. I'll kick back, forward, back, forward, and again, moving up, a little bit higher if you need a toe tap in between. Same thing, kick, forward, back, low, middle, high. Then I'll do that from a side view. Well, I'll show a front view, but from side, swinging, low, middle, and high. Low, middle, and higher. And then kicking motion, low, cross body, out body, cross, working up. So if you have a punching bag or something, you could add some extra kicks and actually kick that. Now we get into some other circular motions. So this is like a big hip circle, clockwise and counterclockwise, each leg. Definitely working on some balance here. Now I'm doing some circles more at the knee, clockwise, counterclockwise. And then some ankle circles. I know I have my shoes on. If shoes are off, you could do some toe flex and extend, kind of open and close your toes. Now I'm kind of moving back up to the shoulder. So a few things we've learned from some other systems. You keep your hand flat, raise up the elbow, pull the arm across, I rotate. Then I'll add some neck motion. And press the wrists together, bring the elbows up, rotate in and out, press the back of the hands together, elbows down, rotate in and out. Then you do some reach behind the shoulder blade, back, behind the head. And then we'll do that together. And then I'll do this where I kind of cross body, reach. Again, I'll add some neck motion. And now I look up, down, and I'm trying to go vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down. As I go down, I'm sticking my rear end back. Go as slow as you can. And then from here, I add some, we call it reverse toe touches. So I can do these from toed in, toed out, a neutral position. And then I'll go into a deep squat. You can, as deep as you can, pain-free. Then that transitions to, you can have the back foot either toes down or toes pulled up. So I'll kind of do some rocking back and forth, side to side. Sit all the way back if possible, so then you can form this into a hamstring rotational stretch. Come back up. Add some rotation, of course, the whole time. Breathing in and out so that you really own the position. Same thing, I can lift up, do some of the rocking movements, sit all the way back, hamstring stretch. Thoracic rotation, I could look down. I could add some neck motion with that. Then I'll pull all the way through and kind of do like a deep, some people do pistol squats, kind of a deep squat. Add some movement. You can add different leg movements. This one, everyone has their issues, so if you have to be a little more careful on one side versus the other. Then I'm coming back up. So I might add some arm movements in different degrees of a squat. And guess what? Go back down again. So now from a half kneeling position, from a tall kneeling, I'll do some arm swings.
You want to do it in the doorway or you want to do it out?
Do some in and out movements with the shoulder. And then this funky one where I'm side bending one arm, rotating the other, above the head. Then I'll go below. Then we get into half kneel position. By the way, if you need a pillow or something for some extra padding, or just simply wear some knee pads, that always helps.
Lower your arm, don't
And I'm doing some arm swings forward and back. side to side, rotate, 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 rotate. Of course, you could do that with arms together. I'm just doing individually, diagonal, left to right, each arm, then right to left, some chopping and lifting or patterns. That's left knee up. Now I'll do that with the right knee up. So forward swings, side swings and reaches, rotation, and then some diagonal chop and lift patterns. All right, now some hands and knees movements. This is where sometimes it bothers a person's wrist, so you could try to change your wrist position or go on your fist or put your hands on some handles or dumbbells, and then we do some forward and back rocking, some circular rocking, some side to side rocking. Range of motion will vary based on flexibility. Then I do kind of some wiper blades in and out of the hips, up and down the knees. Kind of, some people call this the cat and camel, where I'm just extending the spine, flexing. If you have any problems, don't do that one. Spine. Then we'll one arm at a time go from 4 points to 3-point stance. Then you can alternate. Arms go in and out together, out and in. If you want more of a challenge, you can try to do the same side, out and in. Back to some, all the way rocking back on the heels, then to a full rover pose or whatever you want to call this. Add as much motion as you're comfortable with. You could also do that with the feet together. Then I come all the way back, reach, may or may not add motion. Then I'll do 3 rotations. Behind the head, extended arm, behind the back. Behind the head, extended arm, and then behind the back. Then we go down to the floor. Might do some leg lifts. This is where you want to squeeze your butt and almost extend the leg. Do some arm raises. Palms up, palms down, thumbs down. That's behind side. You can do the same thing out at your side. Then above the head. Then you can do that alternating. Opposite arm and leg. Make sure you squeeze the butt. Make sure you're securing your low back. Same side arm and leg. Then you could do like from a push-up position. I usually do a little bit of rocking, forward to back, side to side, clockwise, counterclockwise. Come back down. Spend some time kind of in a plank forearm position, 3-dimensional rocking. Might even add some leg and arm raises individually, then together. Together, same side. Gets a little tougher. Then, just to show from different angles here, planked on the side. I might add just a little bit of motion to it. I'll add some higher level leg swings. Sometimes I'll put the arm around my back. Do some bicycle kicks, some different hip motions. Then I come here, usually do like a lift, rock, some movements here. Or get some trunk, safe trunk and hip rotation. Never want to force it too much. Then I kind of check hamstring length or leg length here. You could add various positions. You can even rotate side to side. I'll do it from this side now. Rocking. Circular motions, bicycle, hip in and out. Now I come back. Now I'm on my hands and heels. Rocking motion. Kind of sit back into it. Rotate, rotate. Open, close the hips. Same thing, kind of check the leg length and hamstring from here. Then in some of these you might have noticed there's some yoga poses, there's some different movements that may or may not be familiar to you. Some rocking movements. Try to always lift different limbs up, different patterns, work on the balance. Then I go to a higher level, side plank. I'll do some arm motions with this one. Then notice this time my hands were turned around. Now my fingers are facing forward. Do the same thing, that just works the shoulders from a little different area.
Then he got his wife started, and his wife actually got a hole in one.
Here's some arm motion with my trunk stability.
Yeah.
Now I go into
And then
push-up
when he got
position,
their kids started,
facing down.
then,
Add some arm reaches,
their kids got
in and out,
all
to the side,
scholarships for college.
diagonal patterns. You can even add some rotation. I'll do some, raise one arm up, one leg up,
Well, you know,
arm and leg,
my brother moved to Arizona.
opposite sides, same side,
There is.
and then I'll
yes,
kind of do
but
some
he
walk-ups.
said they're really hard to get on the weekends.
and then walk out.
The elderly wanna go on weekends and they have first choice. Yeah.
For
so
those at a really high level,
once he
this is
retired,
where
he started
my background was gymnastics,
whenever it's
so
good, and
might do some handstands.
he still does
That's
now
optional.
in Colorado Springs.
Then I end with a
They
few
go to,
on the feet movements, balance
this
reaches.
one Carson
Try to
has
hit most of the main angles.
and they go.
Balance on one side, reaching with the opposite. It's not just about mobility. There's a lot of balance, strength components to this. So by doing this every day, you will develop a lot of strength, mobility, even some endurance. Then I'll do some balance arm and leg reaches in the different planes of motion. Do some side to side. Rotation in and out. Rotation in and out. Then I used to do some three-dimensional lunges. Overhead reach forward. Possibly some floor reaches forward. Posterior. Down reaches. Going backwards. Overhead reach. And I'll do some side to side. Sometimes I'll mix up the arms, meaning same side, both arms, some lateral lunges, some crossover. It's good to reach down and up with each of these. And some rotational lunges. Easy to do this, arms about shoulder height. Just open and close the whole body, hips, trunk, shoulders. Then a few other higher level, I'll do some jumping. 2 legs forward, backward, side, side, rotate, rotate. One-legged to two-legged, 1 to 2, step back, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2. That was forward and back. Then I'll do 1 to 2 sideways, going to the inside part of the leg, outside part of the leg, then rotate. Outside, outside, to the inside,
I know,
to the inside,
yeah.
then one-legged. Forward, back, side, 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 rotate, 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 rotate. That pretty much works the whole body, literally from head to toe, toe to head. You're covering all the different positions of motion, lots of movement, strength, endurance, flexibility. I'd love to hear comments on this or what you guys think, and hopefully if you definitely incorporate it, put it in as part of a warm-up, even if you pick part of it. You don't have to do the whole thing. I choose to. It takes 15-20 minutes every day out of a 45-minute workout or so, but it's a great warm-up and it prepares you for life and pretty much what you're after.